I left Afghanistan because I had a fallout with the head of protocol at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. It's a long story. I haven't got time to go into it now. But he and I didn't see eye to eye, and the Foreign Office emailed or spoke to G4S and said we can no longer guarantee Chris's safety, which I guess is Foreign Office speak for saying get out of Dodge. So I was on the next flight to Dubai, where I then hung out living in hotels and drinking too much beer for a few months, and realized that I was running out of liver. So I decided to go and do a bit of a walk. So I sat in a hotel room for 3 or 4 days and plotted a route from Muscat up to Dubai. I basically did it on Google Earth, didn't have a roadmap. Well, I got a 1 in 200,000 roadmap, which for walking is no good to man or beast. So I sat on Google Earth and tried to work out how much I could walk in a day, and then printed out my 20 odd pages, got the firm to bind them up, jumped on a plane to Muscat and then walked back. It was kind of entertaining. The Arabs generally have phenomenal hospitality. I bumped in, well, I was walking through a village and got called into this guy's house. He'd fought in the was it the Radfan campaign and couldn't wait to get his medals out. I think his children had enough of the old man getting his medals out, and he was delighted to have somebody else to show. I walked a lot in the sun. I tried to stay protected. It didn't always work. This is a printout of this is the printout that I took with me to help me navigate in my rather ambitious distances. And this is what it was like getting up into the mountains. You didn't really want to take a wrong step. It's quite a long way down. Got to the top of Jebel Shams, came off the mountain, worked my way through the mountains. I walked through a village actually in the dark on a really awful night, and disturbed everybody. And it was like the balloon going up, all the women started coming out. I thought they were going to start banging mess tins together, general alarm sort of thing. All the men came out, and I was surrounded by them. But they were pretty hospitable, and just a bit confused about why this guy was walking alone at night. And I said, I've got to go. And I cracked on, and I could hear them behind me. And somebody set off after me, and I thought, this doesn't feel right, doesn't feel good. But I thought, I can't outrun them. They know the territory. When they finally caught me up, they're only chasing me to invite me back to the village and go and stay with them. But I didn't have time and I wanted to be by myself, basically. So carried on going. And I just slept outside in the open. And when I woke up in the morning and sat up, imagine my surprise to see these migrant laborers looking at me. And they had a little hovel, not sort of 20 paces away from where I spent the night. So we shared cigarettes. We didn't share cigarettes. They smoked my cigarettes. I drank their tea and then pushed off. Bottom left-hand side, be careful where you park your Merc. Is that a Merc or a Lexus? Be careful where you don't park your car under a tree when there's goats around. And what I was doing was generally just camping out in the wild where there were no decent hotels. But I'm not daft. I had a credit card. So if there was a decent hotel nearby, as there was here, especially one with a bar, I'd go and stay in it and wash my gear overnight and have a beer. There's not really a moral to this, but you're never really lost, right? My company commander years ago in Thetford said, you're never lost. You know that you're in Thetford training area. So yeah, you've got a point. And large parts of the navigation here were, I don't know exactly where I am, but I know that if I keep walking for 20 miles, I'm going to come to a main road. And there's probably a metaphor for that in life. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing at the moment, job-wise, but I know if I keep going, I'm going to come to something decent and worthwhile in the end. Well, you have to believe, right? When I finished, I'd been followed on social media by lots of mates from Afghanistan, and they were on the beach waiting for me. Obviously, they spend a lot more time in the gym than I ever will, which is why I'm wearing my shirt and they're not. The guy on the left with the Falcon, I thought that it wasn't going to rain, so I ditched all of my wet weather gear, bar the coat, in the last town. Thought I'll come back for it and I'll just walk as I am. It's only another 80 miles. Set off, and I'm sheltering behind a sand dune, and this guy rears over the sand dune in the car and narrowly avoiding me, pulls over, stops, and what are you doing? I said, I'm walking. And he said, okay, do you want to come hawking? So not want to miss an opportunity, I jumped in with him, and we went off walking. He was a trainer for a local sheikh. And when he was dropping me back where I started from, he said, "Have you got any money?" And I thought, here we go. I thought there was a catch to it. And I said, "Yeah, I've got plenty of money. I'm good." And he said, "No, you haven't." And he gave me, like, I forget what it was, 10,000 dirhams, the equivalent like 50 quid. And it's like, dude, I'm fine. And here, have your money back. Which just goes to show, that there's a continued theme of generosity, I suppose, through all of the Arabs that I've worked with.